What's up, everybody? I'm Mr. Second Passport, and today we're going to talk about one way, and I think it's the best way to protect your wealth, your money, your assets from maybe governments, maybe tax institutions, or maybe ex spouses, or maybe anyone else who wants to get at your money, sue you, or whatever, and get at what you own. Well, foreign property, we all know, is one of the last things that your home government can monitor and control. They just can't. It's just really tough for them to know unless you tell them that you own property abroad. It's real easy for them to know if you own bank accounts abroad because these foreign banks, most of which now cooperate through the FAXA with, uh, even sending a form to the U.S. government on their U.S. citizens abroad that have bank accounts. Okay, now you could just put your money in metals like some of my friends do and literally hide it in a safe in their basement or whatever. But I don't recommend that. That's not for me. It's not for most people. I just would worry about thieves too much. So the idea to store your wealth is through foreign property, but with a little twist. For me, that's the best way. For me, I agree with Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, when he says that the rich own nothing but control everything. I agree with that 100%, and that's what I'm trying to do with this twist. So, and what I do, all I'm doing is what a lot of third world citizens already do, like a lot of people in Ecuador, they buy the property in someone else's name. Oftentimes they do this in order to save on the real draconian inheritance tax that's present in a country like Ecuador. So a lot of parents put the properties in names of a child of theirs directly. Another way to do this is what I suggest is to find someone you can trust. Most of us have at least one person in our lives that we can trust. Get them to sign a power of attorney, allowing us to essentially control the property, buy and sell when we choose, and sign for them, but we put the property in their name. So that way, we own foreign property, not in our own name, yet we control it. So for me, that's the best, simplest, cheapest way to store and protect your wealth from people who may want to get at it or institutions. Some of you might be out there saying, oh, what about an LLC and all this? If you think that, you're pretty ignorant to how it works in a country like Ecuador or a lot of these third world countries. Go ahead and try to start an LLC or one of these business types down in these countries. It's very expensive. It's not like the States. It's very expensive. You're looking at several $1,000s in lawyer fees just to open the Ecuador equivalent, which is the Sociedad Anónima or the Compañía Limitada. Plus, you're looking at several $1,000s a year in accounting fees to pay to your accountant because you have to do these special declarations every month and every annual year on this new company that you formed. It's not just like doing your personal income tax in a country like Ecuador, or for a small business where you might find an accountant like I do that charges you about $20 a month to manage your tax declarations and a little bit more than that to do your yearly tax filing. So your income tax filing. So it's for me it's not worth it. And but what about buying down in a foreign country with an LLC from your home country? Well, there's tax implications there in most cases in your home country when you do that, when you put something under the LLC, and it's something that you kind of have to keep up with in your home country and continue to pay money on. And even so, your name's still kind of on it. So, I mean, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not an accountant, so don't take this as the end all say all. Um, you know, take this advice at your own risk. But for me, the best way to store your wealth is through foreign property abroad that you don't directly own in your name, but through a power of attorney document and you own in the name of someone you trust.